For many communities in Maine, their fire station sits at the center.
Many of our smaller communities, public safety is our first line of defense.
For retired Durham Fire Chief Bill St. Michel, who also heads the Maine Fire Chiefs Association, there's a worry about how they'll maintain those essential services as federal regulators push for changes to how agencies operate.
There's going to be departments that it's a bump in the road, and there'll be other departments that can be totally devastated, and the impact to the communities could be astronomical.
The I-Team has been highlighting the proposed changes to the emergency response standard by OSHA since the spring.
We're all about firefighter safety, providing a safe workplace.
Heads of smaller departments tell us they're all for updating the more than 40-year-old standard, but the 22 major changes, ranging from new training requirements and health evaluations to how clothing and equipment must be handled, need to be phased in over a decade or more, and not just in 2 years.
And not just the gear and the educational component for the departments, but we have to get across developing the infrastructure to provide that educational component.
For months, OSHA has been accepting public comment on the proposal, with more than 4,000 letters coming in by Monday's deadline. That includes more than 100 agencies and members of the public from right here in Maine.
I really hope that they listen and they slow down the process.
It's something members of Maine's congressional delegation have been pushing for as well.
Based upon the feedback I've received from nearly, it feels like every volunteer fire department out there, I feel really confident saying it's a bad rule and it would be bad for Maine, and I hope that the administration will reconsider.
The impact is going to be devastate the fire service.
St. Michel says the public should know how this could also impact them. If agencies can't comply and are forced to close, it could lead to insurance increases because those communities' first line of defense is now further away.
Ultimately, the fire service has taken on the fight to an extent, but it's really the citizens across the country that should be in an uproar over it, because it's their public safety system that is facing quite a fight, I guess.
The reason Maine departments are so worried about this is because 85% are completely or primarily volunteer, meaning they not only have fewer personnel, but also limited budgets to help meet these proposed standards. While the comment period has now ended, OSHA will be holding a virtual public hearing in mid-November. For the I-Team, I'm Dan Lamparello.